Hello students, welcome to our class. We are studying now the topic soil. In this we have studied about formation of soil and the components of soil. Soil was formed by the breaking down of rocks. It takes thousands of years to form a small amount of soil. So what are the components present in soil? Yes, organic matter, nutrients and minerals, air and water, microorganisms and small animals. Next is types of soil. The color of soil is not the same everywhere. So depending upon the color and the size of the rock particles, we have three basic types: sand, silt and clay. If you take the sand, it is fairly coarse and loose. So water is able to drain through it very easily. If you take the sand for the growth of a plant, it cannot grow because the water drain through the sand very easily. So if you take the sand in a strainer and pour the water does not hold on the sand. It goes very fastly through the strainer. So it is not a good soil for growing plants. Next is silt. It holds some water in contrast to sand because sand does not hold any water. If you take the silt, it has bigger rock particles than those of sand. When you compare with the sand, silt has bigger rock particles. So a river when flows down a mountain brings with it some weathered or broken rock particles from the mountain. So when the river reaches the lower areas, it deposits these fine particles on the banks of the river and river beds. So if you see the river beds, the sand particles are very fine and they are very soft to touch. So if you take the silt in a strainer and pour water, the water goes through the strainer slowly because it holds some water. Next is clay. It has the smallest rock particles among all the types of soil and it is very close to each other. The rock particles stick together very closely. So the clay is very fine and it is very silky, smooth to touch. It holds good amount of water. If you take the clay in a strainer and if you pour the water goes through the strainer drop by drop. So that the clay also not a good soil for the growth of plants because it does not provide air for the roots to breathe. And so clay in the garden is not good option for the growth of plants. Even though it is good for roses, bergamotes, compass plant, partridge pea. And what are the uses of clay? Yes, it is used in the manufacture of bricks and it also used to make the walls, floor, countertop, ceramic tiles. And next type is loam. It is the combination of all the rock particles, silt, sand and clay. So if you take the loam, the quality of loam depends on the quantity of various types of soil present in it. And loam is the good soil for the growth of plants because it contains all the types of rock particles and also it contains the humus. We have studied that they are dead and decaying matter. So loam soil is good for the growth of plant. It holds good amount of moisture and also water. So the decaying plant and animal matter help give structure to the soil and hold the plant roots in their place. If you take loam and pour water, it holds some water and it strain the water very slowly. So it is ideal for the plant cultivation. And also the loam soil is used to construct the huts along with the straw. We are studying types of houses, and thus we are using the loamy soil only. So what are the four types of soil? Sand, silt, clay and loam. Sand has biggest rock particles. Silt has particles rock smaller than those of sand. Clay has smallest rock particles. Soil contains various minerals that act nutrients for plants. It is the important function of the soil. It contains inorganic minerals, organic minerals, and also all the types of nutrients which is needed for the growth of soil. Stores water. It consists of particles and the pores, and these pores can be filled with air and water. The amount of pores in the soil varies in different types of soil. So, if you take the function of the soil, it has main function in filtration, because the water entering in the soil can be filtered. So when the soil has taken up all the water, we say that it is saturated, and it filters the water and purifies the water. Soil acts as a biochemical remover and physical strainer and biological recycler for all the wastewater, and it also for the habitat of animals that live underground, and also for the bacteria, fungi, mouse and groundhog. So next is earthworms. Earthworms are called farmers' friends because they dig tunnels in the soil and live in them. When the earthworms dig the tunnels, it loosens the soil and it creates the spaces for air in the soil. So earthworms disintegrate and mix its constituents by passing larger quantities of soil through their bodies, and they ejecting the same on the surface as the can. And it is estimated that earthworm transports about 10 tons of soil per acre per year. So if you take the soil, soil is very delicate for us. It is very important for us. And the roots of the plants hold the soil and they can bind the soil together. So using too many chemicals harms the soil. We should not use the chemicals. We should use natural fertilizers. So it is our duty to protect and preserve the soil. So conserve the soil. For the conservation, we should plant more trees. Children, you can plant more trees for the conservation of soil. Thank you.